In August 2018, a small country in Central America, El Salvador breaks off diplomatic relations with Taiwan. Maybe, many people only know about the existence of this country through that news. And today we're going to tell a story about the world's most notorious gang related to this country. When it comes to the world's most violent gangs, MS-13 is definitely a name not to be missed. It's called the most feared gang in America. This organization, it's not just about sowing terror in the United States. It's also reaching octopus across Central America. They come from immigrants. Original Shambedo in Los Angeles. In the 80s, S-13 was a small group, find a way to survive on the streets. But through time, it's turned into a notorious criminal empire, specialized in carrying out murderous activities, drug trafficking, money launderer trafficking, and even murder without a grudge. Anyone who gets in the way. What makes MS-13 became a nightmare for the police and the people? What crimes made this organization? The US government is on the list. The target needs to be destroyed first. Let's go back to the 70s. At the end, years a ripe 70, early years a ripe 80, influenced by the Cuban Revolution and the Marawa Revolution, El Salvador, a country long ago, ruled by the military dictatorship. It was inevitable. The outbreak of a full-scale civil war. Those who suffered the most in the war, no one else. It's civilians without weapons. When the Civil War broke out, large number of El Salvador refugees, along with refugees from other Central American countries, flocked to the U.S. according to statistics. From the early 80s to the 92nd, number of El Salvador refugees in the United States increased from 94,000 to 465,000 people in just 10 years. The lives of refugees, it can be imagined, even if they avoid war and fled to America. But the future is still dark. Young people are discriminated against. Treatment and bullying in school. Factories of poverty and oppression everywhere, especially in times of severe racial discrimination. They live in the most dangerous slums, not just being bullied by white people, but also being trampled by black people. To survive, some El Salvador youth in the refugee community. The incident in Los Angeles carries a grudge. Country. They came together and formed a gang called where MS stands for Spanish. The number 13 stands for 13th Street in Los Angeles, where this gang was founded. Translated, Ra can be understood as the savages Sambedo. On 13th Street, typical hand symbol of M13 is the ring finger, and the middle finger is folded into the palm of the hand. Index and pinky fingers spread out on both sides, thumb over the middle finger and ring finger. It is said to represent the head and horns of Satan. It's called the devil's horn. There are also signs that the other hand is wrong, that MS-13 represents Southern California. In the beginning, they're just trying to protect their compatriots from bullying, but then a large number of Nicaragua refugees, Guatemala and other Central American countries also join the trade. However, as the number of members increases, this organization is also becoming increasingly dangerous. They started to vent their anger on other neighborhoods. In the second half of the 80s, the streets of Los Angeles explode almost every day. The territorial disputes between MS-13 and other local gangs. The fire of war also began, LAN to other states, where in turn appeared the branches of MS-13. At this time, some guerrillas in El Salvador. They also fled to America. Some choose to join MS-13, and the young people have gone through this war ordeal, became, of course, the main force of the gang. After allying with the Mexican Las Vegas cartel, the power of MS-13 is fully replenished. It gives the US government a headache. Year 1992, the 12-year civil war in El Salvador. It's finally over. American. This opportunity started mass deportations of immigrants. To year 1996, the US government officially passed the law to take tough measures for illegal immigrants. This law, allowing the deportation of any criminal immigrants sentenced to 1 year or more in prison. In a short period of time, thousands of illegal immigrants have been deported. There are a large number of MS-13 members. However, the irony is that it's this American deportation law that unwittingly stimulate later growth of MS-13. Most of the immigrants were deported, no criminal record at home. They're all very young, leaving home as a child, and many people, I don't even speak Spanish, when they were taken back to El Sal, a land that was foreign to them. Their future is uncertain. In that context, these young people have no future. Was determined to make El Salvador the headquarters of MS-13 vows to regain control of the streets. They perfected the organizational structure of MS-13, the 9 famous People's Committee, to divide power in the gang, and then, They re-established contact with M members. S13 discrete in the S. Established branches in many states. Leaders of the branches, in charge of local communities, to carry out criminal activities. Variable M. S13 becomes a transnational criminal gang, specialized in human trafficking, arms smuggling, drug trafficking and hire killing services. Currently, drugs are not M's main source of income. S13 most serious problems of this gang is human trafficking, the growth of the gang. It requires constant recruitment of new members. For children and young adults, the rules of entry are simple. Just give up humanity and engage in some criminal activity with other members. Will be recognized as a member of MS-13 and protected in the community. However, for adults, joining MS-13 is not easy. According to some former MS-13 members, who risked giving up the gang, once they leave, they will be hunted for life. Newly join the gang, they will be tasked with breaking it down, or randomly killing a passerby. It's like an initiation ritual. But that's just the initial challenge. And then men have to go through the ice rites, beat the council repeatedly by other members, without complaining. And with women, they will be forced to have sex. With 10 members in the gang, members of MS-13 began to use large tattoos on the body to differentiate it from other street gangs. The striking tattoos used to be a clear signature. Previously, there were only official members have the right to tattoo the M symbol S up the body. Currently, MS-13 has changed its strategy to avoid the pursuit, scanning and identification of the authorities. They restrict tattoos to members and people who used to like to get tattoos on their faces. He was also excluded from the gang. The United States has published an investigative report on M. It says that the members of this gang has appeared in 40 subcommittees across the United States. With the total number of members globally, it's estimated to be about 50,000 people. In October 2017, the U.S. Department of Justice officially identified MS-13 as a key target to crack down on. Members of MS-13, from top to bottom, all follow the motto: murder, rape, control. The more people you kill, the more respect you get. Rape. More and more innocent women want to immigrate to the United States. Make them victims of human trafficking. Use violence to control. All they want. Control. Mass murder in Long Island. And the attack on Roosevelt Hospital in Guatemala. It's part of their horrific series of crimes. July 2, 2017. US President Donald Trump, a speech in Long Island, call on local organizations as well as Central American countries came together to crack down on the M gang. Within the previous year, Long Area, Iceland, there have been 10 murders related to MS-13 victims are mostly teenagers, and they're all brutally tortured. Before death, some of the bodies were severely deformed. It's destroyed at different levels. One of the most typical cases happened in September 2016, when the bodies of 2 high school girls, one by one found on the street. The cause of death was a brutal beating. According to the police investigation, before being murdered, these 2 girls have an online dispute with M members, and soon they became the target of punishment. After Trump's speech, S-13 does not reduce criminal activity, but also a series of reprisals. In the United States and Central American countries, one of the most serious was in August 2017, just about a week after Trump's first speech, in Long Island, the Roosevelt Hospital in Guatemala. They were M members. S-13 T-Fair gun. 7 people were killed and 13 injured. The wave of people's outrage has been pushed to the top, forcing the government to step up the pursuit of criminals. To 2017, the Guatemala authorities finally caught him. The mastermind was Angel Gabriel Reyes Marroquin. His nickname is the White Angel Gabriel. He was 28 years old. Reyes is the leader of MS-13 in Guatemala. He was arrested in 2004. He escaped from prison that same year. According to many sources, he was also one of the leaders of the committee, the 9 authorities. He is believed to be involved in at least 200. There were 8-7 murders in the area. The arrest of a big boss. It's given more momentum to the people and the government. But is that really true? Dealt a fatal blow to the internal MS-13. The answer, of course, is no. If you just do a quick Google search, to the present time, we can still see the murders. It's about revenge, related to MS-13, prolonged state of poverty, political instability in Central American countries. That makes many people here desire to immigrate to the United States or European countries to look for opportunities for development. MS-13 takes advantage of this mentality, carrying out human trafficking activities. Because of this gang, this is a safe and easy way to make money. And here's a classic example. In 2009, police in Maryland, Vitria and the District of Columbia of the United States simultaneously attacked and destroyed 9 child prostitutes and rescued a large number of teenage girls. Most of them are between 12 and 14. All 9 locations are controlled by MS-13, and from there, the police arrested Rands Unisys Amaya, a small boss of MS-13 in the state of Viralia. He was 21 years old at the time and nicknamed the Murderer. According to Amazon's confession, these girls were lured here from Alababado and some other Central American countries. At first, they promised to send them to the United States for development. When they come to the United States by various means, all their papers were confiscated immediately. Then the gang members raped them, injections for them, and send them to prostitution to become prostitutes. Normally, a girl receives 710 guests per night, $100 to $200 each, according to a victim. Amaya also sets some rules. Other members involved in the case. Joking is 10 commandments. It's that customers have to use condoms. If you get pregnant, you're worthless and you die. You can't reveal your real age and name, otherwise you will die. Girls have to shout out loud. During sex, the customer can end quickly. Any guest request must be met, provided that the customer has to pay more. 2011 Avatar tried and sentenced to 15 years in prison. 3 years later, he was released. For the American police, this is a campaign against prostitution, controlled by the gang, encouraging. With MS-13, it's just a small part of the operation. Illegal business. It doesn't affect the entire criminal system. As for the victims, they may have lost their lives. These girls are injected with drugs, tortured and abused. Some were deported back home. Others were sent to Kai drug camps. But where are they going? The girls are still undiscovered, still living in hell on earth. Where are they going? The struggle for control of territory between the gangs, it's inevitable. And with a brutal organization like MS-13, their mortal enemy is the Mara 18. Mara 18 is also a criminal organization, whose members are mostly from immigrants of El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras and other Central American countries. Just like Miss 13, this gang is thriving after the United States enacted its policy of deporting immigrants. In year 1996, so far, in the United States alone, the number of Mara 18 members is estimated 30 to 50,000 people. To gain control of MS-13 and Mara 18 territories, there are constant bloody clashes. One of the most intense events, it takes place in prison. May 1, 2017 at Santa Ana Prison. Members of Mara 18, there was a conflict with the guards, and then, situation escalated into large-scale battle. With 10 South 13, hundreds of prisoners rushed in. They kill each other with everything they have. To be able to make weapons, the guards were afraid to run away. I can only watch from a distance because I can't control it. As a result of the massacre, 21 prisoners were executed, losing the head and separating the body. Hundreds of people injured. The images taken at the scene are incredible. It's horrible, suffering for many people. And the irony is, who died in that massacre? It doesn't win for any side. For the common good. In 2013, MS-13 and Mara 18 signed an armistice agreement to help dramatically reduce crime rates, not just in Central America, but also on American soil. But only a year later, because of conflicts of interest, both gangs have declared war on Alababado. Within a month, an average of 16 people die every day in the bloody battle between these two gangs. And then, it's in the interest of both sides to continue signing the armistice. Currently, President Donald Trump, they often make public statements on the severe punishment of MS-13. The US government has coordinated with the Central American countries, catch the members, as well as the local leader of this gang. However, the MS-13 is also constantly expanding its forces, actively recruiting young people. They're even pushing criminal activity into Mexico. It's caused a series of murders and bloodshed every day. The war between the gangs, between the gang and the government is still going on. What do you think about this case? Please comment your opinion below. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Hello and see you later.